And we're live. Hello and welcome to our post Summerslam Smackdown vs. Raw General Manager Mode stream. Of course, every single Thursday. Now, last week we did Summerslam, which went pretty well, in my opinion. I mean, at least according to the game it did, as we built a further lead against Raw. And this week, we're just gonna continue where we left off. Quite simply, with a new World Heavyweight Champion in the form of Bobby Lashley, who, if you have seen previous streams, you would know has done tremendously well. And we're just gonna make sure everything is set up properly. It is, and we can go straight into the matches we have for this week. And of course, we have a couple of feuds that we are going to build. I'm going to show the feuds after this week. Let's first just start off with our very first triple threat on Velocity. As of course, there are always people we're trying to build, especially in the Cruiserweight division. As we're going to kick off with Super Crazy, Vito, and Kid Cash. Now at SummerSlam I did implement a few gameplay changes, and I'm quite curious to see how those are gonna go for Smackdown, as I wanted the matches to be a little bit longer overall. As at SummerSlam, of course, we only had 5 matches, including the pre-show. And I didn't want the pay-per-view stream to be just 20 minutes. So, quite curious to see how this is gonna go in a full Smackdown, as it hasn't changed anything back to how it was before. As they make for more exciting matches. As you can see, it's a little bit more back and forth than normally triple threat matches would go, with just running back and forward and striking people down. Well, that's just rude.
Match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for. I never claimed to be completely objective, Taz. I've been loving this hole before, and it hurts even worse than it looks. I can't even imagine the amount of pain that this hole must inflict on any superstar who winds up in it.
Oh, both hit with the same dropkick. How amazing. Oh. That was a mistake. Finally, in some good control with both men down on the floor. Took a while. All right. Kid Cash has good stamina. That's one thing.
I know you're not a big fan of Vito, but I am. I like this dude's smash mouth style. You're right. I'm not a big fan.
Back into the submission.
Try and win a match, but I think Vito goes into matches looking to end careers. Well, you end the guy's career, and he knows his opponent is completely helpless to resist the submission hold. And that means you got to either dig deep and find a way to break it, or you got to twist it. You saw that one coming. Nice quick counter. The adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is coming alive. This is what they came to see. Hey, Cole, you know what? Try to restrain yourself a little bit, okay? You're supposed to be calling this bad boy right down the middle.
What is Vito doing? We softened it up Super Crazy a little bit more for me. How nice. How nice. Hey, that's not so nice.
Well, it's easier to get some superstars to play by the rules than others. Hey, you know what, Cole? If you're gonna get on your
Let's get rid of Vito.
lecture about playing fair, I swear to God, I'm gonna throw up. Is it so wrong to ask a superstar to play by the rules?
And he
That
reverses.
doesn't seem to be so unreasonable to me.
Of course, the finish is the one he reverses.
He dodged that, but why doesn't he put his money where his mouth is and continue with the match? Hey, slow down a little bit, Cole. Just have a little fun in there.
Oh, was gonna go for a drop kick, but he had with clothesline. Pretty quickly, actually.
God, not for nothing, this Vito is a bona fide monster. He'll tear you limb from limb just as soon as you look at him. You might be alone on that one, Taz. I don't think Vito enjoys much support from these fans here tonight. What a deadly submission hold this is. We might see a tap out right here. It won't surprise me one bit. The longer you stay in this, the more risk you have for serious injury. This could be free right here.
Bit of a double team. Come on now. Trying to knock you down, don't step aside. That's just mean. Alright, brainbuster time, and I think that's gonna be a knockout. It's not.
There's not a superstar in the locker room who can afford to ignore these fans, Cole. You're right about that. Without the fans, we'd all be out of a job.
Took some time to go for the cover, wondering if it's gonna work. It does. Alright, Get Cash winning the opening match.
That was a hard-fought battle, but in the end, only one superstar could pick up the win.
Here's your winner, Kid Cash.
I can't argue with that, man. The referee tapped the pin and called for the bell. You can't ask for a more decisive victory than that.
Kid Cash has been picking up quite a few victories here and there, especially on Velocity. So far hasn't really managed to capture the Cruiserweight title of Chavo. He's had a few opportunities. Kid Cash definitely staying at the in the upper regions of the Cruiserweight division, as so is Psychosis, who is now gonna punch above his weight class, literally, as he's gonna face heavyweight Carlito in his Philosophy match. Let's see if Psychosis can overcome the weight difference, as I get annoyed by a chopper flying over. Alright, Carlito and Psychosis in our second Velocity match.
Nice quick counter.
Quick clothesline to start off the match. And as Carlito goes for the shoulder tackle, Psychosis just steps away.
Thanks a lot, Taz. You know, you're not always my #1 choice for a broadcast. Oh, jeez, relax. Pandering to the crowd. Okay, yeah, great. That's just great. Now, why don't you quit showing off and get down to business here? He is getting down to business. He's in the sports entertainment business, isn't he? Wow, look at that submission. I ain't never seen it executed better. Neither have I, partner. And this might be
So for stretch,
right here.
Psychosis is already getting some decent amount of damage. Carlito already getting out of stamina.
I think that if one of these, I don't think the fans like that one too much.
That's
It should.
that's not nice. Not at all.
And he doesn't give a damn what they think. You know, you can show off for the crowd all you want, but all that does is let your opponent rest up. Actually, Taz, I think it's a great display of confidence on the part of this great superstar. This is gonna be cool, Cole. Modified swinging neck breaker. That reversal might stop us. He can get the pin right here.
After a flatliner, go for the cover, and only gets 2.5.
Almost free. This is one heck of a match so far. It sure is, Taz. What do you think the highlight has been so far? That'll probably come a little bit later on in the match. When you decide to shut your yap for a few seconds, will excuse me for doing my job.
Go for another cover, just because. It's the one, gets the 2, and of course not the 3. Psychosis hanging in there.
These superstars have been going hard all match. They sure have. And that's where the superb conditioning of the WWE superstars comes into play. No doubt, Cole. There ain't no way you're going to win a match if you're out of gas 2 minutes into it. You can say that again. I've seen matches won
Shoulder tackle, and Psychosis just steps aside and flattens Carlito. Just a very simple maneuver. Psychosis now in control.
Look at him, he's just radiating confidence. And he's got a lot to be confident about. Yeah, he looks a little overconfident to me, Cole. That could come back to fight him on the you-know-what.
And another failed shoulder tackle.
That might not be such a good move in my opinion. Oh, come on. You just can't keep going non-stop. That's a good way to wear yourself out and make a...
Psychosis finally getting some control over the match after Carlito has dominated the early stages. However, Psychosis still struggling to fully gain control over the match. Carlito back in the offense with a nice springboard elbow drop. Slingshot elbow drop, actually. And another missed shoulder tackle. You would assume Carlito would stop trying those.
And we've got the best seats in the house. No doubt, front and center. We couldn't be any closer to this match.
Reversal by Carlito.
Whoa, that's your territory, partner, not mine.
Drop kick to plunge Psychosis down. And a big reversal by Psychosis. Staying in the match. Reversal by Carlito as well. Carlito getting more confident by the second, going for yet another flatliner, lands Psychosis and gets a knockout victory. Carlito winning the second Velocity match here tonight, as we're going to move on to the, let's call it the Velocity main event. Chavo taking on Gregory Helms in a non-title match.
What a battle! It is no doubt in anyone's mind who won that one. Yeah, when you're still standing, and the guy you just...
Of course, this is a good moment to say what we have on the main card for the first Smackdown of this week's stream. We're going to kick off with Booker T taking on the Big Show. Shawn Michaels is going to take on Joey Mercury. Johnny Nitro is going to take on Kane. Triple H will get his United States Championship rematch against The Undertaker. Lashley is going to face Rey Mysterio in a non-title match, and we're going to get a number one contenders match between Randy Orton and Batista for our main event. We have a rivalry promo, which I will tell you after the stream for which rivalry, and a promo for Chavo on the main show as well. So now we start off with a bit of striking offense from Chavo. And some reversals from Helms, also throwing Chavo over the top rope to the outside.
Oh no, I've heard stories about the way you train people. You make Marine drill instructors look like pushovers. Duh. They're just training people to go to war. I train them to be WWE superstars.
Big back suplex for Chavo.
No thanks, partner. I think I'll stick to announcing for now. Wow, great reversal.
Gregory Helms with plenty of reversals here tonight.
These superstars are on top of their game, but only one of them is going to have their hand raised at the end of this one.
Definitely trying to stop Chavo's offense attempt at every single moment.
Nobody gets their feelings hurt? I never said that. I'm just saying that in a great match like this, everyone involved deserves credit.
Chavo throwing Gregory Helms off the barricade on the outside.
I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match. You know, you can show off for the crowd all you want, but all that does is let your opponent rest up. Actually,
Helms throwing Chavo to the outside has not really paid off for Gregory Helms here.
There's not a superstar in the locker room who can afford to ignore the... He slipped out of that one.
Low drop kick. Lands the referee down, not Gregory Helms, who uses the downed referee for an eye poke to Chavo. And a sleeper slam. Gregory Helms now in control over Chavo. However, Chavo quickly with a reversal back in control over Gregory Helms. Little arm drag. And Chavo insulting Gregory Helms.
These WWE fans just can't get enough of these superstars. And I'm glad to see it. A WWE match isn't just about competition, it's
Quickly putting Gregory Helms in the abdominal stretch. Great transition from Chavo.
He's going straight for the submission, and this could prove to be a decisive moment in this match.
Chavo softening up Gregory Helms.
Top rope moves can win or lose you the match.
Climbing the top rope, going for the frog splash. Plant connects, going for the cover, and Chavo gets the 3 count. And Chavo with just a great exhibition once more. Picking up victories left, right, and center. Definitely a great division leader for the Cruiserweight title.
That was a decisive victory for him. The future's looking bright for that man right there.
Here's your winner,
Whenever you continue a
Chavo Guerrero.
a pretty strong match. And not just to your opponent, but to the entire locker room as well.
Alright, making our way to Smackdown. Gonna start off with a match between Booker T and The Big Show. Big Show, together with Kane, faced Johnny Nitro and Joey Mercury the week before SummerSlam for the tag titles, as of course only so many matches, so the titles were defended right before SummerSlam. Nitro and Mercury retained successfully. Now of course we have Big Show and Kane both in singles matches this week, trying to regain some momentum, as Big Show is going to face off against Booker T and gets instantly planted in the first few seconds. Booker T has been struggling himself trying to get some victory, so he's definitely fired up going into this match. It's a beautiful dropkick to Big Show. And Big Show, Booker, sorry, already taunting. Probably shouldn't have done that.
I see a dominant superstar who's rallying this capacity crowd behind him. He was once he's got this crowd solidly behind him. And now he's going to give them exactly what they want to see. You can't just keep playing to the crowd though, Cole. That's a huge
Booker trying to strike Big Show down, but is unsuccessful.
You know, there is such a thing as
Huge kick, however, this time to plant Big Show down, but Booker losing a lot of stamina early on, trying to keep Big Show down.
It sounds like this capacity crowd is something on their minds, Taz. Yeah, and thousands of paying customers.
Some knee strikes to the midsection of Big Show, followed up by just punches to the head. As you can see, the Booker is desperately trying to soften Big Show up as much as he can.
And we've got the best seats in the house. No doubt, front and center. We couldn't be any closer to this match without being in it. Well, that's your territory, partner, not mine. And here's a little
Big thrust towards the throat of Big Show. That keeps any man down,
all he's doing here is giving us a
no matter how big or small. However, Big Show now fired up because of that strike, with a shoulder tackle to Booker T. Booker now with a reversal.
When it comes to fan favorites, there's no superstar more beloved by the WWE fans than Booker T. Yeah, but I personally think Booker should spend one
Big Show landing right on his feet after that
winning matches.
suplex attempt. Showing some great athleticism, but maybe just a little too late as we get the scissors kick off Booker. Booker now going for the cover on Big Show. Is the scissor kick gonna do it? And Big Show kicks out at 2.5. Booker now complaining to the referee. Of course, when you're facing a man like Big Show and you give him your best move and it's not putting him away, that's just heartbreaking. That's spirit breaking. But Booker cannot give up now if he wants to have that victory. Huge spinebuster by Booker to plant Big Show down. Booker now targeting the leg, trying to get the beast down from the base. Booker striking and chopping away at Big Show once more.
Yeah, well, you know what? Your fans like to see you win matches, and maybe a title every now and then too. So you know what? Booker T.
Now going for the bookend. Oh no, reverse of a Big Show, striking Booker away, and now throwing Booker to the outside of the ring.
So much in his career. The Intercontinental title, the United States title, 5-time WCW champion, more tag team title reigns than I can count. Yeah, but you know what? Booker T has never won the big one, Cole. Man, this crowd is really
Running two-handed bulldog.
Fans love him, Taz, and he's feeding off that energy right now.
And that's one thing, Booker is constantly in control over this match, but it just seems like the offense is not doing anything towards Big Show. It is Booker who constantly has the offense in this match. But so far Big Show is just taking it, and taking it, taking it. And it does seem like Booker is able to put Big Show away. And eventually that's gonna wear you down. And the question is, how long can Booker keep this up before Big Show can just steamroll over Booker? Now going for a second bookend attempt. This time plants the big man down. Now going for the cover. Is this going to be enough, or is Big Show going to be able to kick out again? Booker gets the 3 count in an opening match here at Smackdown.
Well, that's a 3 count. That's all she wrote. That certainly was a decisive victory.
Here's your winner, Booker T.
It took a lot of effort to keep the Big Show down, but Booker was able to do it. Booker back in the winning columns, a win he desperately needed. And now the question is, where is Booker going to go from here? Next up, we have Shawn Michaels taking on Joey Mercury. Now, of course, at SummerSlam, Shawn Michaels had a devastating defeat against Randy Orton in a Iron Man match. And while Michaels is the most experienced person, while Michaels has the better win-loss record over here on SmackDown, you must wonder how much of the wear and tear is still going to come into play against a Joey Mercury who is slowly picking up victories together with his tag partner Nitro, eventually captured the WWE tag titles. Is the momentum and the wear and tear going to be enough for Mercury to get an upset victory here tonight, or is Michaels going to go home victorious? That's the tale we're having here tonight. Michaels striking away at Mercury. Mercury trapped in the ropes. Big chop by Michaels. Michaels, of course, very fired up, very desperate for a victory, as Orton had a tremendous score against the Heartbreak Kid. But Michaels only able to get 1 fall over Randy Orton in that Iron Man match against 6 of Randy Orton.
You might be right, Taz. I think it would be extremely entertaining to listen to you try to call a match all by yourself. This isn't the last time we see these superstars face off. You're not going to hear me say this much, Cole, but I definitely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long
Using the ropes for some levitation on this knee strike to the head of Joey Mercury, and Michaels already tuning up the band for his feature music. Mercury up on his feet, gets kicked down by Shawn Michaels.
You know, Cole, I'd ask you who you were pulling for in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning
Michaels
who you're rooting for.
seemingly not going for the pinfall. Mercury now with a recovery. Maybe Michaels is trying to make a point.
You gotta understand, Cole. I know it ain't exactly kosher, but
Mercury would get another reversal. Sweet Chin Music seemed to have wakened Mercury up. Now going for a leg submission.
What a deadly maneuver this is. You're not kidding, Cole. Watch it. He reversed it.
And a reversal by Michaels. Beautiful moonsault by Michaels, however, he lands on nothing else but knees, and that is gonna hurt.
That's a huge distraction in my opinion. He dodged that bullet. He anticipated that move perfectly. These superstars give everything they got when they're in a match like this. But a lot of people don't realize what they sacrifice oh, jeez, look at this. Pandering to
Michaels now setting up for the sharpshooter. Very unfortunately for him.
and this ain't easy to get out of either,
Right
Cole.
by the ropes, but Michaels is not letting go.
To the fans, maybe you should really keep your head to this match. Come on, Taz. You're looking at a superstar who can feed off the crowd and use that energy to win the match.
Mercury seems completely knocked out after being locked in that sharpshooter
It's even worth sitting next to you to watch it, Cole.
for 4 more seconds.
You know, you're not always my #1 choice for a broadcast partner either. You know what you should do, Girl Pants? You should team up with
Mercury
Jerry
back
Lawler.
alive.
It could be the king and queen on commentary. Real funny, Taz. You know, that would almost be worth not having to work with a joker like you all the time. His opponent is out of it.
Second Sweet Chin Music, and Michaels now with a knockout victory over Mercury. You could make a case that Michaels could have won this more early after that first Sweet Chin if he would have gone for the cover. Instead, he decided to fight on. Very dangerous move, as it can often backfire, but Michaels seems to be trying to show that he's definitely not as out as people think.
The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Seems like the fatigue has not settled in enough for Mercury to get this upset victory. Next up, we're going to see which one of these teams is going to pick up a victory tonight. As of course, Big Show lost his match, Mercury lost his match. Now their tag partners Kane, Johnny Nitro, facing each other one-on-one. One of these teams is going to go home with nothing but losses, which is of course a tough pill to swallow. And the question is it going to be our tag team champions, or is it going to be Kane and Big Show? Kane, of course, would love to pick up a victory against Johnny Nitro after losing the title match last week against Johnny Nitro.
It's been said before, but that doesn't make it any less true. Kane is pure evil to the core. This monster doesn't care about anyone or anything. You say that like it's a
Kane
bad
with
thing.
plenty
No,
of
there's
reversals
no
early on.
WWE superstar that brutalizing your opponents. I don't
Nitro
think
not
Kane
really able
knows
to
that.
get some
Or if he
offense in
does,
the early
he doesn't
goings,
care.
despite being significantly faster than the Big Red Machine.
These superstars have been
Nitro now hitting a drop kick, Kane down in the corner,
where the superb conditioning
as Nitro is just slowly kicking away, taking the slow and methodical, which is
no way you're gonna win a match if
a
you're out of
different
gas.
approach than what normally people go for against Kane, but it seems to be working out for now.
Match is won and long. What a counter that
And as I say that,
That
Kane now. Huge power slam by Kane, planting Nitro down.
You can't just keep playing to the crowd though, Cole. That's a huge distraction in my opinion.
Another power slam by Kane. Another power slam, just destroying the back of Johnny Nitro.
I gotta tell you, Cole, I thought I had this thing figured out, but now I got no idea how this is gonna end up.
Nitro continuing to try and deal some damage to Kane in this matchup. Schoolboy into the ropes, however. It did surprise Kane long enough for Nitro to get some good offense in.
Hey, the ref's got a tough job. I mean, trying to keep these superstars on the up and up, that's hard.
Well, it's easier to get some superstars to play by the rules than others.
Hey, you know what, Cole? If you're gonna get on your high horse again and give us another lecture about playing fair, I swear to God, I'm gonna throw up.
This is not looking good for Nitro. Not good at all.
And that is just about the last place you want a ring rope.
Just about? I'll tell you what, if you can think of a worse one, I'd love to hear it.
Watching these superstars go at it reminds me.
And another big reversal by Kane.
This side of the announce table.
Nitro definitely struggling to get good offense in against Kane in this matchup.
Like a year.
Well, no. I've heard stories about the way
I've seen matches won and lost.
Nitro climbed the top rope. It's an elbow drop. Going for the cover, however, rope break for Kane.
If I had to pick only one reason why I'm not on Raw, it would have to be Kane. Just, oh my, the submission hold is locked in.
And this ain't easy to get out of either, Cole.
Nitro trying to re-engage that submission, but still on a rope break.
Tap out right here.
And even if you can't make your opponent tap out, this will take a lot of fight out of him. Man, this match is so good. It's even worth sitting next to you to watch it, Cole.
Well, thanks a lot, Taz. You know, you're not always my number one choice.
Nitro
for a podcast partner.
seemingly setting up for that spinning leg drop.
You should team up with Jerry
Connects on Kane, goes for the cover, but so far not a whole lot of offenses counter Kane. Is this going to be enough? It is not. Only gets a 2.5. Kane staying in the match.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing an incredible display of
Huge backdrop by Johnny Nitro.
Expect, Cole. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Nothing costs you a match quicker than overconfidence.
What are you talking about? I see a dominant superstar who's rallying this
Nitro going for yet another schoolboy. Gets the 1, the 2. The surprise, not enough to... Surprise was not enough to fool Kane.
Can you believe this match so far, Cole?
I really can't, Taz. This isn't anything like what I expected from these competitors.
Yeah, I gotta admit, they're surprising the hell out of me here too.
And I think it's that unpredictability that makes these superstars so exciting to watch.
I know we got his brother, the Undertaker, on Smackdown, but how great would it be if Kane was a Smackdown superstar, Cole? How cool would that be?
I think that's a very good idea at all, Taz. As a matter of fact,
Knee breaker by Kane as Kane gets back in control for this matchup.
General manager. Someone talks about bringing one of the top superstars in the business to your brand, and you refuse because you think he's too scary? These superstars give everything they got when they're in a match like
Crucifix powerbomb by Kane, planting Nitro on the outside. That's a huge fall for Johnny Nitro. Is he going to be able to get back into the ring before the 10 count?
has to be as important to you as anything else in your life.
Cole, what you gotta realize, to make it in the WWE, this is
Nitro,
not a job. This is
able
a
to stun
lifestyle.
Kane.
That's why you see so much passion for what they do in the ring.
And that's something you won't see anywhere else. With all due respect to every athlete and entertainer out there.
Here it comes.
Huge
Kick to the face.
Huge super kick. But Nitro, out of stamina, tries to drag Kane to the center of the ring. Now goes for the cover. Is this going to be enough to put Kane away? And it just about is. Very dangerous match for Nitro. Kane with some very solid offense going into the match. But ultimately, Nitro was able to be just a tad bit better against Kane.
He might have gotten the pinfall, Cole, but I'd be real surprised if we didn't see a rematch here for that one.
Here's your winner, Johnny Nitro.
WWE list.
Right, next up is a SummerSlam rematch. Triple H trying to recapture the United States title, the one that he lost to The Undertaker. Undertaker starting off with a huge jumping clothesline and sends a message to Triple H straight in the early goings.
I think the Smackdown locker room is I've been locked in this hole before, and it hurts even worse than it looks. I can't even imagine the amount of pain that this hole must inflict on any superstar who winds up in it. Wow, great reversal. He's got this crowd solidly behind him.
Big boot by Undertaker, slamming Triple H down to the floor. Now Taker lifting up Triple H for a sidewalk slam.
You really gotta watch out for your... He's taking a little time to give his opponent a piece of his mind. You sure he can spare it, Cole?
Undertaker punching Triple H to the outside of the ring.
And that's where the superb conditioning of the WWE superstars comes into play. No doubt, Cole. There ain't no way you're gonna win a match if you're
Triple H with the reversal.
You can say that again. I've seen matches won and lost simply because one superstar was able to...
Undertaker throwing Triple H back into the ring.
This is one heck of a match so far. It sure is, Taz.
Taker going for our 2 consecutive splashes, but Triple H able to step out of the way in the second attempt.
Yeah, for a few seconds, but I can enjoy it in peace. Will excuse me for doing my... Here it is, Taz. He's building up a head of steam, and he's about to let his opponent have it. I'll tell you what, if his opponent's got a brain in his head, he'll get the heck out of it. Ladies and... Oh, jeez, look at this. Pandering to the crowd. Nothing, he's had enough.
Taker setting up for the last ride. This does not bode well for Triple H.
Feel the impact from here. And the crowd has come alive tonight with a chant directed at the superstars in the ring.
Taker going for the cover, but we get a rope break. Triple H too close to the ropes.
Man, even if this is just dumb, Cole, you don't win a match by torturing your opponent to death. I disagree, Taz. Getting the crowd on your side can be a huge psychological boost.
Triple H trying to get back into the match with a nice back suplex, planting Undertaker down on the floor. Now cranking the neck.
That's the last hole you want to find yourself in. I can imagine just look at the pressure being applied here.
We get a rope break, but Triple H not letting go. Keeps hold of the submission till the count of 4, but it seems like Triple H is completely out of stamina. This does not bode well for the King of Kings.
These superstars give everything they got when they're in a match like this.
Triple H now with another reversal.
You know, there is such a thing as playing to the crowd a little too much, and that's exactly what I'm seeing here. I disagree.
disagree. He's wrestled this match his way all along, and now we see it paying off.
More striking offense by the Undertaker.
Looks like they're slowing the pace down a little bit here. That might not be such a good move in my opinion.
Come on, you just can't keep going non-stop. That's a good way to wear yourself out and make a critical mistake.
No, but you can't get
Taker now going for the Boston grab.
He's going for the submission.
Get the rope break.
He's got that hold locked in.
The thing you got to remember about the Undertaker is that 50% of his
It looks like he's decided
Taker.
to finish off his opponent.
Now lifting Triple H up for the tombstone.
It sounds like this could
Right in the middle of the ring, and well, that's definitely gonna get a 3 count. Because Triple H is not even conscious. Knockout victory for Undertaker.
God, I'll tell you, I wasn't expecting him to be
Undertaker retaining the United States
Here's your
title.
winner,
I can't remember the last
The Undertaker.
Go back to my ECW days to remember, Cole, and that's saying something, believe me.
Two more matches to go for the very first Smackdown of this week's stream. Bobby Lashley taking on Rey Mysterio is up next. Now, of course, Bobby Lashley and Rey Mysterio have a little bit of history back from when Bobby Lashley was the United States Championship. Lashley defeated Rey Mysterio in a last man standing match. However, Lashley got injured. Lashley never really had the chance for payback, and now he can. In the meantime, this is a great opportunity for Rey Mysterio, because if he gets a singles victory over Lashley, well, he must definitely be in title contendership. But so far, Lashley has shown his dominant self.
To be cruiserweight champion, you know, there is such a thing as playing to the crowd a little too much, and that's exactly what I'm seeing here.
I disagree. He's wrestled this match
Reversal to Rey.
and now we see it paying off.
Man, I'm telling you, from my in-ring experience, trust me, you could cut this tension with a knife.
Ray trying to keep control over Lashley.
Oh my, there's the submission hold. He's in the driver's seat now.
No doubt, Cole, if your opponent lets you lock that in, it usually means that they ain't got much left.
Had to let go of the hold, but Ray quickly trying to get that hold back in.
You're not kidding, Cole. I've been locked in this hole before, and it hurts even worse than it looks.
I can't even imagine the amount of pain that this hold must inflict on any superstar who winds up in it. A textbook reversal. Can he follow up?
Well, it looks like they're slowing
Lashley,
the pace
sick of the submission attempts, just clobbers away the head of Rey Mysterio.
You just can't keep going non-stop. That's a good way to wear yourself out and make a critical mistake.
down. No, but you can't give the opponent any time to recover neither. You gotta... Man, this crowd is really swelling this guy's head.
There's no doubt that these fans love him, Taz. And he's
Ray would get
feeding off
another
that energy
reversal.
right now.
You gotta be kidding me. Give it up. It's not gonna happen.
Ray trying to lift Lashley
How about a
up.
little credit for the attempt?
Not working out well for him.
He slipped out of that one. Feel like a
Ray
real
able to catch the
jerk
foot
if somebody
on the
does like
kick.
that.
Ray still trying to fight back. He's taking up a lot of offense from Lashley so far. But Ray trying to get as many reversals in as possible to make sure that he stays in the match. Roll up a Rey Mysterio, gets a 2 count.
I gotta tell you, Cole, I thought I had this thing figured out. But now I got no idea how this is gonna end up.
Neither do I, Taz.
He ain't taking
Very unsettling odds for Rey Mysterio here tonight, but of course the heart of Ray
See that, Taz?
always allows him to continue.
Opponent to tap out right here.
Although at this point, you can question if it's gonna make any difference.
So exciting. Oh my, the submission hold is locked in.
And this ain't
What a submission maneuver. You must be familiar with this one, Taz.
Yeah, I've been on both sides of it, Cole. That's the truth. And let me tell you, it's better to give than receive. He's looking for a big move here.
Lashley now setting up for the Dominator. Going for the cover. Gets the 1, the 2, and the 3. Rey Mysterio not able to kick out after a devastating Dominator. Lashley's reign is off to a good start. Strong singles victory over a former world champion in Rey Mysterio.
That was a hard-fought battle, but in the end, only one superstar could pick up the win.
Here's your winner, Bobby Lashley.
Next up is our number 1 contenders match between Randy Orton and Batista. Batista, of course, would love to have a rematch against Bobby Lashley for the World Heavyweight Championship. It was a very strong effort by Batista. However, Lashley was able to get the victory and be crowned new World Heavyweight Champion. In the meantime, Orton had one of the most dominating displays you can possibly have in a match, defeating Shawn Michaels 6-1 in an Iron Man match. Both men have good claims to the world title. Orton trying to make his way up the ladder, Batista trying to maintain his position.
And there's the counter, Cole.
The winner of this match will be the number 1 contender for Bobby Lashley's World Heavyweight Championship.
Enough of these superstars.
And I'm glad to see it. A WWE match isn't just about competition. The adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is
Lashley
coming
picking
alive.
up Orton.
This is what they came to see.
Hey Cole, you know what? Try to restrain yourself.
Throws Orton to the outside with a fallaway slam. Batista definitely not playing around here.
So good. It's even worth sitting next to you to watch it, Cole.
Well, thanks a lot, Taz. You know, you're not
Reversed by Batista.
Look at that. That's going to go over big with the fans and build some momentum.
Orton making his way back into the ring.
Watch out for your opponent when they're getting fired up like this.
Beautiful crossbody by Randy Orton.
These superstars are on top of their game.
Orton now throwing Batista to the outside.
And that's a real shame because, like you said, this has been a great match so far.
Well, what do you want, Cole? You want to say that everyone wins so nobody gets their feelings hurt? Now that's strategy. Using the steps against your opponent like that.
He's not going to win any sportsmanship awards for that move, but you're right, Taz. He inflicted some serious damage against his
Orton
opponent
bouncing
right
Batista's head of the steel steps 6 times. And Batista standing up like nothing happened. And Orton would get another crossbody. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But he better be careful that he don't burn out too quick.
I don't think there's much of a chance of that, Taz. I haven't seen any indication that Orton's going to stop impressing WWE fans anytime soon.
Batista has had. He's going for the submission.
And he might get it.
Single whack on Randy Orton.
Submission hold locked in. We may see a tap out right here.
And even if you can't make your opponent tap out, this will take a lot of fight out of him. Hey, the ref's got a tough job.
Orton with a bit of traditional wrestling to get Batista on the floor. Now goes for a sleeper hold with scissors. But we get a rope break. And Orton is forced to let go of the hold.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. Nothing costs you a match quicker than overconfidence.
What are you talking about?
Beautiful dropkick by Randy Orton, planting Batista down on the floor.
This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
Orton now going for strap jacket submission.
I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
You're not going to hear me say this much, Cole, but I definitely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long...
Huge knee breaker by Randy Orton. Orton not trying to regain some stamina. It's never light work when you face a guy like Batista, and Orton is doing so well. But we shouldn't forget that Orton is coming off 20 minutes in the ring with Shawn Michaels.
Nothing wrong with keeping the paying customers happy while you build some momentum, Taz.
When you see this level of competition, Cole, there is no doubt that SmackDown's just head and shoulders better than Raw.
I couldn't agree more, Taz. Raw has some incredible superstars, no question about it. But they just can't compete with SmackDown's finest.
Come on, Cole. I know you're just trying to be diplomatic, but you can't seriously sit there and say that there's anyone on the Raw roster you'd want to have.
Oh my! The submission hold is locked here.
You say it needs to get out of either, Cole. I've been locked in this hole before, and it hurts even worse than it looks.
Surfboard stretch by Batista. Batista definitely showing some very good power in this matchup.
There's the reversal, Cole.
This is not looking good for Orton. This is not looking good at all.
And that ring rope is even less forgiving than it looks, folks. This is not a position you want to find yourself in.
Batista now out of stamina, which is an opportunity for Orton if he can get back up in time. Orton, of course, heard.
I'm kind of unsure about. Look at these fans. They didn't like that one bit.
Yeah, well, you know what? I got some bad news for these fans. He don't give a damn what you think.
Batista sidestepping a clothesline attempt.
You sure don't, Taz. And we've got
Orton ending a clothesline anyway.
No doubt, front and center. We couldn't be any closer. Man, this crowd is really swelling this guy's head.
There's no doubt that these fans love him, Taz, and he's feeding off that energy right now.
You know, there is such a thing as playing to the crowd a little too much, and that's exactly what I'm
Huge
seeing.
backbreaker by Batista. Batista not playing around here tonight.
And now we see it paying off.
Orton is trying to fight back with every fiber of his being. Batista just seems to be able to keep the control.
Superstars go at it reminds me why I prefer to stay on this side of the
He ain't taking any chances with this submission, Cole. Look at how tight he's got it locked in.
I see that, Taz. I wouldn't be surprised if he got his opponent to tap out right here.
Orton now with a reversal.
You talk about raw power. You talk about intensity. Have you ever seen a superstar like Batista?
Hey, there's no doubt he's a very impressive dude, no question. But let's not
Orton with repeated forearm smashes to the head of Batista.
step foot in the WWE ring, Cole, you know what I mean?
You say that, Taz. But no
Now trying to lock in the submission.
This is just about the last hole you want to find yourself in.
I can
Trying to
imagine
deal some
the
damage while
pressure
also
being
keeping
applied
some
here.
rest.
Seeing a match like this makes me proud to be part of this company.
I'm with you, partner. You just can't
Snake
experience
eyes for Randy Orton.
anywhere in. What a cowardly move. He can't win fair and square, so he tries to screw his opponent out of the victory.
Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with him doing whatever it takes. Oh, man.
RKO for Randy Orton.
RKO!
Now going for the cover.
Get the 3 count
Very
out
close to
here.
the ropes with no rope break, and Orton, such a hard fought victory, gets the victory over Batista nonetheless. Very, very strong showing by both men. It easily could have been Batista
That was a hard-fought
who
battle,
picked up
but
the
in end,
victory right here.
only one superstar could pick up the win.
Here's your winner, Randy Orton.
Can't argue with that, Taz. The referee counted the pin and called for the bell. You can't ask for a more decisive victory than that.
That concludes the first SmackDown for this week. And we're just gonna go and have a look at the ratings and of course the news, and we have still champion Undertaker. Will there be a rematch? No, this was the rematch. Alright, what's It's coming up. The match of the week is to go to John Cena. It had its share of moments, swings, and ended with a fantastic finish. This match definitely was the standout match for Raw this past week. The fans agreed as it lands the highest rating. The match will definitely be considered the classic and will end up on one of these Superstars DVD collections in the near future. Well, that's good for Cena. There was Raw news. Smackdown news. Forgot to mention that I signed Shawn Michaels for an extra 5 weeks. So, we'll have extra 5 weeks to enjoy Shawn Michaels. SmackDown's Bobby Lashley came out with one task in mind, put a 3.5 star against Rey Mysterio. That's good. And of course, let's have a look. Kurt Angle had a victory. That's absolutely fine. Alright, quite curious what everything is gonna say because, let's see, low on cash. We're not that low on cash. We made a profit this week. Having empty matches, we didn't have empty matches, so that's not an issue either. Let's see, Big Show wins a match, wants to win a match. Nitro wants a new contract. He only has 10 weeks, so that's fair. You want another title shot? You just had a title shot. What the hell is wrong with you? You're on the -3. You have bigger issues than title shots. Triple H is a disaster. But let's have a look at the rivalries. This was the rivalry we had a promo for, like I mentioned, because we didn't have Orton and Lashley faced off. Would have been a real shame if I lost the match. I got pretty close to losing that match. There was one point where Orton's body was red and Batista's finisher meter was climbing up really fast. And just one Batista bomb would have probably give Batista a knockout victory. So, happy that didn't happen. And this is a rivalry we're gonna focus on. Triple H and Shawn Michaels facing Nitro and Mercury for the tag titles, which is of course when Michaels defeated Mercury to kinda spark that fire. So that's what we're gonna do in terms of rivalries, and I want to add one more, but I didn't have any opportunity to properly build that, which is gonna be Undertaker facing Kane and Big Show, as both of them are gonna try to challenge for the United States title. It's saying it's not gonna work. It's saying it's not gonna survive 8 weeks. We'll see. That's just my answer. We'll see. I'm quite curious about the reports because we had a good pay-per-view in SummerSlam. First, we're gonna look at the Raw. Ow, that's painful. That's just 4 matches. Wow. There's some proper Teddy Long booking right here. Just everyone in tag teams. Mickey James, Matt Hardy, and Boogeyman defeated Trish in a handicap match. Cena defeated Lita, Benjamin, and Melina in a handicap match. Edge, Holly, Ric Flair defeated Foley, ABO, and Kennedy. Fairly certain Edge and Foley were tag champs at some point. But who knows, really. Kurt Angle and Rob Van Dam defeated Finlay and Paul Burchill. Finlay getting 3-star ratings, same as Burchill. I'm gonna have a look at their popularities. Oh, Finlay's at 75. That isn't even half bad. Burchill at 69. Okay, they've been built decently. Not gonna lie. Kurt Angle at 98 is a worry. Let's look at our results. 1.5 for Velocity, no surprise. 2 and 2, no surprises either. 2 stars for Booker Big Show. Michaels getting more than this. Could have expected that, to be fair. Mercury is just a little bit low in terms of popularity, and I thought maybe the average of a Nitro and Kane is gonna boost that up. It's not the case. The rest are 3.5 star matches. So fan support is going our way. We keep the SummerSlam momentum. We didn't drop any of the new SummerSlam fans, which is good. We made a profit, so we are going to look at a contract renewal as well. Like seriously, it says we had 166,000 loss, but we have more money than we had last week, so that doesn't make any sense. Kurt Angle at 1. That was a worry. I was worried Kurt Angle was going to be at 1 with his 98 popularity. Gonna have to deal with that. Lashley is at 95 though, so Lashley is not doing too bad. I think if Kurt Angle loses one match and I keep Lashley on a winning streak, Lashley will be back on top. Batista dropped 5 spots. Not that big of a surprise, to be fair, considering he lost the World Heavyweight title. And the rest of them has just been winning. Nitro at 4 is really great. Honestly, yes. Taker climbing since becoming US champ doesn't surprise me either. We still have a lot of red in the Power 25, but the most important thing to me is that number 2 till 6 is us. Smackdown is good, is wonderful. Nitro is getting really over as well. Yeah, great stuff all around. Chavo has been able to climb up to spot 8. Okay. Bit of a shame that Kurt Angle has overtook us. But that's life. That's just gonna happen. Let's see. We are gonna renew 2 contracts, I think. We can give 3 months to Kane. And we can give 3 months to Vito. That's gonna do just fine. So, main event. Thinking of doing a tag match with Bobby Lashley facing Orton. Question is, who are gonna be their tag partners? I could just go with people who are low on the card. That could be a thing. That can also potentially damage the ratings. Should we always care about the ratings though? That's the question. You know what? We are gonna tie in this rivalry as well. Are we? Are we gonna do that? Sure, why not? Just gonna keep an eye on this. Batista in a singles match against Triple H. That's fine. Actually, it's not. I want to keep this within the rivalry. So I'm gonna do this and probably place somewhere around here. I'm gonna find a different opponent for Batista. Batista is gonna face it's gonna be a bit experimental. Let's see if we can get the average rating a little bit higher. Batista is gonna face Kane. Undertaker's gonna face Big Show. And then we are gonna swap these 2 around. Gonna do another tag match. No. I hate how easily it just switches to one of the other tabs. Rey and Chavo taking on Super Crazy and Psychosis. It's gonna be a really weird Smackdown. Why should we keep everything just simple, right? Booker taking on Carlito. It's probably gonna be quite a low-rated match, but hey, sometimes it's just a thing. We're gonna have one velocity match, which is gonna be Vito, Gregory, Helms, and Kid Cash. Because I think, yeah, remember that correctly. Let's see. Orton's facing Lashley in a tag match. Triple H facing Mercury. Nitro's facing Michaels in a tag match. Taker is facing Big Show. So that's good. We are gonna run a... I honestly don't know what to run. We just go with another interview. Increase popularity and a boost to their match. I'm just gonna have Kid Cash do an interview because he's been winning matches a lot and he's still not getting run over. It's getting kind of annoying. Then I don't really feel like doing this. Like, the game pushes heavily to do these, the interference and the slander, but quite simply we are at top, so why should I bother? Instead, I think at this point yeah, also not really any point to doing that. Just gonna have 2 interviews. Trying to get more people over. We want more and more people over. And we're gonna give that Chavo one last week. Nitro is being built up quite good. Nah, merchandise. That's been the toughest promos I've ever been so far. So starting GM mode. So, for a match card, let's do this. I'll let you kick off with giving Kid Cash another victory ahead of his promo. Kid Cash sneakily creeping in on a suplex attempt by Vito, helping Vito out with a set suplex here against Gregory. Helms for clotheslining Vito down. That was pointless.
You can literally feel the disappointment radiating off them. It's not a pretty sight.
Man, this match is so good. It's even worth sitting next to you to watch it, Cole.
Thanks a lot, Taz. You know, you're not always my #1 choice. Here it is, Taz. He's building up ahead. Why doesn't he put his money where his mouth is and continue with the match?
Hey, slow down a little bit, Cole. He's just having a little fun in there. Watch it. He reversed it.
I think that if one
Kid
of these
Cash giving
superstars
drop kicks to everyone.
their finishing move, this one is over.
That ain't necessarily the case, Cole. Just because it's Cole. You know, there is such a thing as playing to the crowd a little too much, and that's exactly what I'm seeing here.
I disagree. He's wrestled this match his way all along, and now we see it paying off.
Vito now with a pump and will slam to Kid Cash.
Fan of Vito.
finally bringing Kid Cash down to the floor for the first time in this match.
I'm not a big fan, Taz. It's one thing to try and win a match, but I think Vito goes into matches looking to end careers.
Well, you end the guy's career, and you don't have to worry about beating him again later. Maybe Vito's onto something.
And the crowd has come alive tonight with a chant directed at the superstars in the ring.
Yeah, and you can't let that break your focus.
Kid Cash now stretching the arms of Vito. Just after Vito planted Gregory Helms, we can't break the submission until he stood back up and actually did.
He's got his opponent in
Kid Cash now going for a brainbuster on Gregory Helms.
That's the dead level.
Kid Cash going for the cover on Helms. Gets the one, gets the two, but too much time was passed since the brainbuster and Gregory Helms able to kick out just before the 3 count on a 2.99. Kid Cash going for another brainbuster. But there's no ref to count.
He's going for the pinfall.
We've seen this before. He'll do whatever it takes to win and take every advantage he can.
Hey, you know, that's not going to make you popular, but you got to do whatever it takes.
It sounds like this.
Here's the pin.
Rope break for Gregory Helms. Seems like Helms is starting to bleed.
That's a cut or a broken nose, but either way, the referee might need to stop this fight.
The ref's not going to stop the match, Cole. It's just a little blood. Come on, be a man, will you?
Beautiful moonsault by Kid Cash, but the cover stopped by Gregory Helms.
Great reversal.
Beautiful splash by Vito.
I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
You're not going to hear me say this much, Cole, but this guy might not have enough to kick out.
And there's the reversal.
Gregory Helms going for the abdominal stretch from Kid Cash. Vito obviously breaking that submission.
Nice reversal.
I think it's time
Kid Cash with a third. Dead level brainbuster.
And that move leaves little doubt about who's in control of this match.
Vito sidestepping every bit of attack that Kid Cash is trying to lash out.
I couldn't tell you, Taz.
And so this brainbuster attempt. Gregory Helms with so much time to recover now.
Surprised if he got his opponent to tap out right here.
And Helms is back up on his feet.
I hope this referee is paying very close attention here tonight because Vito will do whatever it takes to win this match.
Yeah. You see
Kid Cash going for the cover on Helms now.
Can his opponent kick out?
Of course, Helms kicks out. Plenty of time to recover.
I knew it was only a matter of time.
Kid Cash now with a roll up to Vito, but Gregory Helms stops the pin attempt.
Come on, ref. That should have been a disqualification right there.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, Cole, but it's not. It's not a disqualification.
Oh no, the
Oh, man. Did you see that? He busted him wide open.
After that last shot, I'm not surprised. I hope the referee doesn't let this go on too much longer.
I don't get it. What, are you done? So what? This match is just starting to get good now. He's been looking for that all
Kid Cash with the roll up now. Going for the cover and Helms again able to break the pin.
They didn't like that one bit.
Yeah, well, you know what? I got some bad news for these fans. He don't give a damn what you think.
Both Vito and Gregory Helms are bleeding massively.
Gregory Helms,
The adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is
Hurricanrana,
This is what
repeated punches.
hey, Cole, you know what? Try to restrain yourself a little bit, okay? You're supposed to be calling this bad boy right down the middle.
Things are not looking so good for either Vito or Helms, but so far, despite all the offense, finally Kid Cash getting a knockout victory over Vito in this triple threat match. It took a lot of brain busters. Kid Cash finally picking up the victory here in this week's Velocity match.
Man, you just knocked his opponent out cold right there. I love it. It's certainly
Here's your winner,
about who the dominant superstar
Kid
was.
Cash.
Sure, Paul. I'll tell you what, I hope these guys have a rematch so he can prove it again.
Big win for Kid Cash here. Booker T versus Carlito. I'm gonna simulate this one because either way, one of them is just gonna move up slightly more towards the US title, and I honestly could not care which one of the two it is. I kinda want both of them to win. Kinda don't mind if either of them lose. So the game decides. And it's gonna be Booker. Booker gets the victory. And now a battle filled with Mexican cruisers. Chavo, Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, Super Crazy, Psychosis. 2-on-2, Mexicals versus Chavo Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. Chavo, current Cruiserweight champion. This is going to be interesting.
That reversal might stop his
Repeated
opponent's
strikes by
momentum.
Chavo in the early seconds, but it's Super Crazy with a Hurricane Rana to plant Chavo. And Chavo is the first man to be down on his back.
He's so fast, so agile, so talented. I really think he could be a serious contender for the WWE title. You gotta be kidding me, Cole. I mean, yeah, Rey Mysterio's extremely fun to watch and all, but how is a guy his size gonna win a WWE title? Get real. Come on, Taz. You of all people should know that size isn't everything. You're a former ECW champion, aren't you? You damn skippy hippie, I sure am, but you know what? It's not about me, it's about Rey Mysterio, and between Rey and myself, we were two different types of animals. And by the way, Cole, just because I'm not 7 feet tall, don't mean I can't kick your ass. Trust me.
Super Crazy with some strong offense early on against Chavo.
Said it before, and I'll say it
Chavo
again.
now just taunting away.
Lost you a match quicker than overconfident. What are you talking about? I see a dominant superstar.
Chavo now with a beautiful Hurricane Rana. Gets back into the match. However, a reversal was Super Crazy. And it seems like the experienced tag team is getting the upper hand so far in this matchup. Chavo quickly taking down both Psychosis and Crazy with one simple attack. Using one stack partner as a weapon. Psychosis, however, with the reversal arm drag, damages the arm of Chavo. And Chavo, you could say, is kind of in jeopardy here for the early stages of the match. Psychosis is not trapped in the corner of Chavo and Rey. It's been made, and we're gonna get some tag team action between Chavo and Rey.
I don't think you need in-ring experience to feel the tenacity radiating off these superstars, Taz. I don't think anything could be more obvious. Spoken like a guy who's never been in there, Cole. Trust me, when it comes down to you or the adrenaline is pumping.
Beautiful Hurricanrana into the cover, gets the one, gets the two. Super Crazy breaking up the pin.
He's building up a head of steam, and he's about to let his opponent have it. I'll tell you what, if his opponent's got a brain in his head, he'll get the heck out of there.
Rey getting just a little bit distracted by Super Crazy. And Psychosis now launches Rey off the top rope
It sure is, Taz.
with a frontal suplex.
Spotlight has been so far. Not a problem till a little bit later on in the match. When you decide to shut the yap for a few seconds, you're gonna enjoy it in peace. Well, excuse me.
Psychosis now tagging in Super Crazy. Rey with a beautiful kick to plant Crazy down. Crazy, however, with the reversal quickly afterwards.
You're not gonna hear me say this much, Cole, but I definitely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice long feud. I don't know how nice it. Oh boy, Looks like someone's moving up in the world.
Beautiful top rope maneuver by Rey.
Big for the fans and build some momentum at the
And
same
super
time.
crazy now.
There he goes. Dropped it down. 619.
619 by Rey Mysterio. Chavo ready to take down Psychosis, it seems. Going for the cover. But now the ref is distracted. Psychosis is able to break that pin. Abdominal stretch for super crazy. Chavo able to break the pin. That's where you see, of course, a experienced tag team like the Mexicals get the upper hand. You might think a big veteran like Rey Mysterio, current cruiserweight champion Chavo, would get the upper hand over Crazy and Psychosis have been struggling lately. But then you see what exactly the experience does. Rey Mysterio able to reverse the top rope attempt by Crazy. Went for an elbow drop. Hit nothing but canvas. Rey now tagging in Chavo.
Can you believe this match so far, Cole? I really can't, Taz. This isn't anything like what I expected from these competitors. I gotta admit, they're surprising the hell out of me here, too. And I think I knew it was only a matter of time before we saw that. I don't like it. But as long as it wins matches, it's going to keep happening. That's the bottom line.
Chavo with a beautiful submission here to Super Crazy. However, Psychosis able to break that submission.
Pressure being applied in that hole, Cole. Great reversal. Rey Mysterio never fails to impress me, Taz. It seems like every time I see him in the ring, he finds another way to defy.
Reversal by Chavo.
Well, people say that Rey Mysterio is just too small or not, big enough to compete and be successful in this business, and that's crazy. Just look at this guy's history. Look at the present with Rey Mysterio. That's something. Oh my! The submission. Hold this lock here. You say he's gonna get out of either, Cole. Well, he dodged that bullet.
Get a flurry of offense by Rey to Psychosis. Wasting some time. Super Crazy now with a Hurricane Rana to Chavo. Inside the ring.
Hey, slow down, girl pants. I went into this expecting a good match. I'm just saying, it's even better than I thought it would be. I know exactly what you mean. These superstars certainly are pulling out top rope moves, can win or lose you the match. There's very little middle ground.
Chavo not able to plant down Super Crazy with the top rope action.
These superstars give every... There's the tag. Nice teamwork. There's the reversal, Cole.
Reversal by Psychosis. Crazy now getting sent out of the ring. And Chavo has lost all momentum.
Competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other. That's the law of the jungle, Cole. And injured superstars like a wounded animal. It's survival of the fittest. Oh, geez.
Beautiful enziguri by Psychosis, planting Chavo down on the floor.
Customers happy while you build some momentum, Taz. The tag's been made and his partner's coming in.
Surfboard stretch for Rey Mysterio.
He ain't taking any chances with this submission, Cole. Look at how tight he's got it locked in. I see that, Taz. I wouldn't be surprised if he got his opponent to tap out right here. I don't know if this is such a good move. This could be disastrous. This superstar is all fired up. And so is this. Oh my God, and I think the referee's out, Taz. I'll tell you, they gotta start getting sturdier reps, Cole. This kind of thing seems to happen all the time.
Beautiful kick by Psychosis. This match is going back and forth. Great cruiserweight action all around.
That Smackdown's just head and shoulders better than Raw. I couldn't agree more, Taz. Raw has some incredible superstars, no question about it. But this is a big risk. Will it pay off? You know, instead of showboating to the fans, maybe you should really keep your head to this match. Come on, Taz. You're looking at a superstar who can beat off the crowd and use that energy to building up a head of steam.
Oh man, here it
Rey setting up for the 619.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing an incredible display. Here's the cover.
Super crazy breaking.
These superstars are on
The pinfall attempt.
but only one of them is going to have their hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like you said, this has been a great match so far.
Well, what do you want, Cole? You want to say that everyone wins so nobody gets their feelings hurt?
I never said that. I'm just saying that in a great match like this, everyone involved deserves. That's not
Another 619.
this guy. And
Another 619.
hey, the ref's got a tough job. I mean, trying to keep these superstars on.
And we got a knockout victory for Rey Mysterio here tonight. Team Rey and Chavo win, but what a great offense from all four men involved.
Man, he just knocked his opponent out cold right there. I love it.
It certainly
Here are your winners,
who the dominant superstar was.
Rey Mysterio
I hope these guys have a rematch.
and Chavo Guerrero.
Next up, Joey Mercury taking on Triple H. Triple H is getting frustrated. Lost his United States title against The Undertaker at SummerSlam. Lost the rematch, the first SmackDown after. And now Triple H wants to get a victory over Joey Mercury, a tag team champion. And it's been said, if Triple H is able to put Mercury away, that means that both Triple H and Michaels have been able to defeat one of the tag champs. And that means that they'll be next in line for a tag team title match.
You know, a lot of guys call themselves the best in the business, but in Triple H's case, I think he's right on. Man, I'll tell you, I'd love to have him on SmackDown.
You've got to be kidding me, Taz. Triple H has systematically destroyed the Raw roster. He might be the most hated superstar of all time.
Yeah, but don't kid yourself, Cole. The fan is the reversal, Cole.
Triple H starting off with a lot of striking offense here against Joey Mercury.
You know, Cole, I'd ask who you were pulling for in this match, but I think it's pretty obvious since the beginning who you're rooting for.
I never claimed to be
He's been looking for that all match, Cole, and now he's taking advantage.
partner. Taking advantage is a rather generous way to put it. He's cheating, plain and simple. I think we're hearing the First Amendment in action
Three
here tonight,
repeated,
Taz.
It's a great thing to hear, Cole. He slipped out of that one.
three repeated chops to Joey Mercury, followed up with just a straight punch.
Look at this, Cole.
And Triple H already setting up for the pedigree. Triple H going for the cover, but Mercury gets a rope break. And this will frustrate Triple H.
These superstars are on top of their game, but only one of them is going to have their hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like you said, this has been a great match so far.
Well, what do you want, Cole? You want to say that everyone wins so nobody gets their feelings hurt?
I never said that. I'm just saying that in a great match like this, that turnbuckle is exactly where you don't want to wind up. And here's the reason why.
Two punches for Triple H. Mercury able to fend Triple H off on the third. And now we're finally going to get to see some offense by Mercury, who's been on the defense since the start of the match.
Adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is coming alive. This is what they came to see.
Hey, Cole, you know what? Try to restrain
Beautiful
yourself
fireman
up,
carry by
okay?
Mercury.
You're supposed to be calling this bad boy right down the
Now
middle.
going for the submission on Triple H.
I've been locked in this hole before.
What an upset victory it would be if Mercury could make Triple H tap out, but it does not seem to be the case.
Nara winds up in it.
Knee breaker by Triple H.
An incredible display of athletic ability here tonight.
What do you expect?
These are WWE superstars for crying out loud. They're the greatest athletes in the world.
True enough, Taz. There's no...
He's in the driver's seat here. And it looks like he's introducing his opponent that ain't supposed to stop.
And you can only imagine the kind of damage that steel turnbuckle must be inflicting with each smash. You saw that one coming.
Man, even if you end up winning a match like this, you're going to be feeling it for the next week.
Yes, but that's the case if you lose as well. And having to deal with emotional as well as physical pain is that much worse.
Emotional? What the hell are you talking about?
Well, I've been in the locker room after a match and seen the superstars who don't get their hands raised. You can literally feel the disappointment radiating off them. It's not a pretty sight.
Whoa! I think he's... Wow. Now that was not a rule.
Triple H now with just a nasty choke to Mercury.
I don't believe it. How could the referee have missed that? I think the Smackdown locker room is extremely grateful that Triple H is not a part of it.
Oh, man.
Triple H setting up for another pedigree. Mercury is down and bleeding. Going for the cover now. Triple H gets a pinfall victory against Joey Mercury tonight. Mercury on the defense throughout the entire match. Just wasn't able to get the offense in against Triple H to stop his momentum from going up.
Here's your winner, Triple H.
I hope we get to see these superstars go at it again real soon.
That means with both members of the tag team having a singles victory over one of the tag champs, they are the #1 contender. Next up, it's our United States Champion Undertaker facing The Big Show. Two big, strong men. Two vicious brawlers. Just look at Big Show against The Undertaker. He does not look extremely big. However, still able to throw The Undertaker to the outside.
I don't think there's ever been a more dominant superstar in WWE than the legendary Dead Man, The Undertaker.
Yeah, but you can only stay on top of the mountain for so long. And the Dead Man's been there for a very, very long time.
That might be true, Taz, but I don't see anyone on the horizon who could dethrone the Phenom.
Nice quick counter. You know, there is such a thing as playing to the crowd a little too much, and that's exactly what I'm seeing here.
I disagree. He's wrestled this match his way all along, and now we see it paying off.
Man, I'm telling you, from my in-ring experience, trust me, you could cut this tension with a knife.
I don't think you need in-ring experience to feel the tenacity radiating off these superstars, Taz. I don't think anything could be more...
Oh, come on, quit showing off.
Undertaker setting Big Show up on the top rope. Chokeslam to the outside. Big Show just about murdered by The Undertaker.
These superstars are on top of their game, but only one of them is going to have their hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like you said, this has been a great match so far.
Well, what do you want, Cole? You want to say that everyone wins so nobody gets their feelings hurt?
I never said
He set his opponent up for something.
a vicious...
Old school forearm, and he's grinding it right across the face. That hurts like a son of a gun, believe me.
I don't doubt it, partner. That twisted expression of pain on his opponent's face tells all. He knows his opponent is completely...
Big Show able to escape the submission very, very quickly.
Deep and find a way to break him, or you gotta just I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Nothing causes you a match quicker than overcoming.
Big Show with another reversal. Taker with a reversal of his own.
This capacity crowd behind him.
Man, this crowd is really swelling this guy's head.
There's no doubt that these fans love him, Taz, and he's feeding off that energy right now. This capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
No surprise
Big
there,
clothesline by
Cole.
Undertaker.
WWE fans ain't exactly known for this. Is just dumb, Cole. You don't win a match by taunting your opponent to death.
I disagree, Taz. Getting the crowd on your side can be a huge psychological boost.
Taker lifting Big Show up for the tombstone.
How many superstars have fallen victim to that over the years?
Planting Big Show straight on the head, going for the cover. This is gonna be enough. Gets the 1, the 2, and Big Show able to kick out.
You know, there's no doubt that the Undertaker is one of the most impressive superstars ever to set foot.
This superstar is all fired up, and so is this capacity crowd.
Big Show with a reversal.
One mistake. There's the reversal, Cole.
And the crowd has come alive tonight with a chant direct.
Wow, now that one's not the rule book. But you know what they say? It's
Showed
not
by the
about
Undertaker.
get caught.
I don't believe it. How could the referee have missed that?
Man, this match is so good. It's even worth sitting next to you to watch it, Cole.
Big Show going for the bear hug.
Number one choice for a podcast. And here we go with the submission hold. This
How
could be
many
a
men can just lift the Undertaker up and
Submission.
And he might get it. He's got that hold locked in.
just wiggle him around like he's a pillow? Not many, but Big Show is one of the very, very few.
It's so great seeing these athletes compete. You know, instead of
Huge big
showboating
boot to the Big
fans,
Show by Undertaker.
Maybe you should really keep your head to this match.
Come on, Taz. You're looking at a superstar who can feed off the crowd and use that energy to win the match.
I don't think the fans like that one too much.
Low blow by the Big Show.
It should. These fans are the lifeblood of WWE, and he doesn't give a damn what they think.
He's got his opponent right where he wants him. And here come the finish.
And you've got to think that these are going to take their toll here in this matchup.
6 punches by the Undertaker. The Big Show.
These WWE fans just can't get enough of these superstars.
And Big Show hits a bulldog.
Isn't just about competition, it's also about entertaining the fans.
Okay, well, if that's the case, how come they got you as an announcer? I mean, that ain't exactly great entertainment, in my opinion.
He's got this crowd solidly behind a deadly submission hold. This is. We might see a tap out right here.
Standing Dragon Sleeper. And that's just a submission victory completely out of nowhere.
I don't think the end of that match left any doubt in anyone's mind. Who's dominated who?
Here's your winner,
Making your opponent quit the match.
The Undertaker.
A seriously powerful superstar who can make an opponent do just that.
Undertaker with a victory over the Big Show here tonight. Next up, we're gonna see Batista take on Kane. I'm sorry for the noise, by the way. This couch is really squeaky and old and uncomfortable. We'll do what we have to do. Alright, next up, Batista versus Kane. Batista is used to having great winning streaks, and now he's on a 2-match losing streak, and that is something we just we're just not used to from Batista. He lost the World Heavyweight Championship to Bobby Lashley at SummerSlam, and then he lost the #1 Contenders match for that same title to Randy Orton last week. And now it's time for Batista to get some victories back under his belt and show that he's not out, that his time is not over. And even if he has to take a step back, he will be back in the title picture. So far, we're just seeing the bear hug of Kane, and that doesn't really bring that message. Kane punching away the head of Batista. Batista now punching away at Kane. This is just a slugfest. Punches, brawls, strikes everywhere. Running power slam by Batista. Kane is not a light man. That seriously takes a lot of power. The neck stretch by Batista. Nothing fancy about it. Batista now working the arm of Kane. If that arm cannot lift him up for a choke slam, then that is a huge advantage for Batista.
Having to deal with emotional as well as physical pain is that much worse. Emotional? What the hell are you talking about? Well, I've been in the locker room after a match and seen the superstars who don't get their hands raised. You can literally...
Beautiful power slam by Kane.
He anticipated that move.
Kane had a very strong showing against Johnny Nitro last week.
We saw that. I don't like it, but as long as it wins matches, it's going to keep happening.
That's the bottom line, Cole. If you're not doing everything you can to win, then you're in the wrong game. Well, it looks like you're slowing the pace down a little bit here. That might not be such a good move in my opinion.
Well, come on. You just can't keep going non-stop. That's a good way to wear yourself out and make a critical mistake.
No, but you can't give the opponent...
Reversal by Kane. Into the choke.
He'll do whatever it takes
Batista
to
trying to brawl away at the Big Red Machine, but it's not working out well for him.
Whatever it takes to win.
And there's the reversal.
Low blow by Kane.
These superstars give everything they got when they're in a match like this. But a lot of people don't realize what they sacrifice behind the scenes also.
No question. And here's a little something for the fans. That's why they love him.
You know what? But who cares what they think? All he's doing here is giving his opponent a chance to recover. Man, you just can't put anything over on these fans.
You sure can. They see everything, and they'll let
Kane
you
with
know
an arm
about it.
stretch to Batista.
You know, instead of showboating to the fans, maybe you should really keep your head to this match.
Come on, Taz. You're looking at a
Massive,
superstar who's
strong knee strikes by Batista.
to win the match. You talk about raw power. You talk about intensity. Have you ever seen a superstar like Batista?
Hey, there's no doubt he's a very impressive dude. No
Batista still trying to wear it down Kane, and it's a pretty effective strategy. If you have the strength,
Tap out right here.
if you have the strength to control Kane and you can put holds on him and wear him down, and that's a very solid strategy, and it's working out quite well. But Kane's still able to fight back at every single turn.
Momentum, Taz.
These superstars are on top of their game, but only one of them is going to have their hand raised at the end of this one.
And that's a real shame because, like you said, this has been a great match so far.
Well, what do you want, Cole? You want to say that everyone wins so nobody gets their feelings hurt?
I never said that.
Single
Saying that
leg.
in a great match like this, everyone involved deserves credit for it. If
If I had to pick only one reason why I'm not on Raw, submission hold locked in. We may see a tap out right here.
And even if you can't make your opponent tap out, this will take a lot of fight out of him. Batista has had lots of success so far, but that's just because his opponents might let him psych him out. You can't back down from a dude like Batista.
I don't think that's the case at all, Taz. And I think the sight of a heavily muscled 6.5-foot animal like Batista doesn't intimidate you. You'd better have your head examined.
Spear by Batista.
Their opinions known tonight.
No surprise there, Cole. It's a reversal, Cole.
Batista finally setting up for the Batista bomb.
The fans and build some momentum at the same time.
You really got to watch out for your opponent when they're getting fired.
Cleverly does not go for the cover as Kane was too close to the ropes, but Kane quickly recovering.
But you know what they say, it's not a crime if you don't get caught.
I don't believe it. How could the referee have missed that?
I know we got his brother, the Undertaker, on
Batista
Smackdown,
running
but
out
how
of fatigue,
great
so does Kane.
Kane was a Smackdown superstar. Who would have?
Batista now going for the cover. Gets the one, gets the two, gets the three after the spear. And Batista with a hard-fought victory here tonight against Kane. Again, 2 weeks in a row where Kane is just showing absolute power, bringing the absolute best out of whoever he's facing.
That was a hard-fought battle, but in the end, only one superstar could pick up the win.
Here's your winner, Batista.
Can't argue with that, Taz. The referee count advantage.
Now our main event is a main event with so much story behind it. Bobby Lashley and Shawn Michaels taking on Randy Orton and one half of the tag team champions Johnny Nitro. And when I say there's a lot of story, I mean there is tons of it. Of course, Randy Orton and Shawn Michaels have been fighting against each other since the start of General Manager mode. Always fighting to get closer to the World Heavyweight Champion. Now, of course, Randy Orton is the #1 contender to Bobby Lashley's World Heavyweight Champion, and Michaels is going to go for the tag titles, which are currently held by Johnny Nitro. And of course, we have Lashley and Nitro as well. And it's hard to forget when Nitro was getting so close to becoming United States Champion during Lashley's reign of terror. And now the question is, amongst these four great athletes, which team is going to be more successful? Lashley starting to dominate the early goings here against Randy Orton.
And there's the submission hold. What a deadly maneuver this is.
Not kidding, Cole.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing an incredible display of athletic ability here tonight.
What do you expect, Cole? These are WWE superstars for crying out loud. They're the greatest athletes in the world.
True enough, Taz. There's no off-season for them. There's no
Orton with the reversal. Gets the headlock in on Lashley. Tries to wear the big man down.
Every night they leave it in the ring.
And they do it all for the WWE fans, Taz. Without them, none of us would even be here.
Hey, the ref's got a tough job. I mean, trying to keep these superstars on the up and up, that's hard.
Well, it's easier to get some superstars to play by the rules than others.
You know what, Cole? If you're gonna get on your high horse,
He's setting up his opponent.
Lashley setting up
there it is.
for the Dominator. Going for the cover, but Nitro.
This could be it.
I think
Nitro
we're hearing
distracting
the
the
First
referee.
Amendment in action here tonight,
Getting the
Taz.
1 count, getting the 2,
Here, Cole.
and still getting the 3.
In favor of freedom of expression.
Michaels and Nitro never even made it into the ring. The Lashley era continues. Lashley with a dominant victory over his
Kinda surprised he got that.
future challenger,
I thought this guy was gonna kick out for sure.
Randy
Here are your
Orton.
winners,
Wearing down his opponent.
Bobby Lashley.
It sure is, Cole.
And the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Randy Orton better up his game, because if this is the Orton we're gonna see against Lashley at No Way Out, there is no way Orton is gonna walk out World Heavyweight Champion. Alright, let's see what's going on. Fan change to Raw. Wow. That's a lot. Seems like this stuff does work. Usually SmackDown superstars appear on SmackDown and Raw superstars appear on Raw. That was definitely not the case this past week, as Raw's Finlay showed up on SmackDown. This superstar sprinted into the arena during a match and started to pick a fight with one of the show's stars. This may just be the spark that ignites the fire. Then we have an expiring contract for Mick Foley, whose contract will expire in a week. And the new general manager was able to come to terms on a renegotiated contract with Vito. We did indeed. A great match enjoyed by all. Bobby Lashley came out with one task in mind, 3.5 stars again. In case you missed a great match, Mick Foley in the news twice. Wow. Able to pull out a victory in a steel cage match. This match between these high-profile superstars was highly anticipated by the fans. Alright. Raw is definitely trying to fight back, but if we look at fan support, we took a dip, you know, with the interference spot, but we are still doing extremely well compared to Raw. Let's look at what Raw's been doing anyway. Wow, they had a heat. Ken Kennedy defeating Melina. 2.5 stars. 1.5 for Mickey James defeating the Boogeyman. Yikes. We have Trish Stratus defeating JBL and Matt Hardy in a tag match. Lita and Benjamin defeating Cena in a tag match. Handicap match, sorry. Gordon and Rob Van Dam defeating Finlay and Burchill. Mick Foley defeating Chris Masters. Ric Flair defeating Edge. Okay. Let's look at this list. Batista climbing back up. Very good for him. Foley climbing back up as well. Like, now we are reaching the point where it's going to fluctuate, you know, when we're trying to build up Orton, keep Lashley on the winning streak, trying to build Batista back up. These are the more exciting times on the Power 25. Chavo, number 18 now. 62 popularity. 66, okay. I'm still quite tempted to get Chris Masters, considering I'm quite the Masters fan. Just wasn't able to get him during the draft, which was unfortunate. And this is also quite cool to see. Taker on number 5, keeping that strong US title vibe alive, you know. Orton on 4, dropping to Batista and Michaels and Triple H, who all won their matches. So that's no surprise. Nitro dropping to number 6. Quite unfortunate. I like Nitro being a little bit more up. It's a bit different. You know, this is quite predictable. Having Nitro in the top 5 isn't. Rest of the people are just floating about. With Carlito dropping quite heavily. Psychosis dropping just a spot. And Kid Cash gaining some solid ground. Let's look at the roster. Ooh, Orton is getting grumpy. Wants the title match. He wants it soon. Big Show wants a win. Kane wants a win. Psychosis wants a win. Crazy wants a win. Triple H still wants a title shot. Still doesn't make sense to me why he does. We are gonna give him 5 extra weeks on his contract. And we can take a look at this. No, it doesn't seem like Raw had to dump anything to resign Mick Foley. Alright, this didn't really do it. we're just gonna put it down again, because I'm stubborn. Well, this they do seem to be okay with for some reason. Let's start the rivalry. Okay. Then it seems like we made it to the end of the stream, and I accidentally went towards Squid. Still wanted to write a few things down. Just wanted to go to the calendar, but you know, these old sticks are very, very sensitive. But hey, that's just what it is. However, this is indeed the end of this week's stream, so if you made it all the way up until this point in the video, well, thank you. It obviously means you enjoyed something that happened, so if you don't want to miss out on that happening again on next week's stream, you can do one very simple thing to make sure you don't forget, and that is subscribing and hitting the bell icon so you get notified whenever we go live, which is next week, same time. 3 p.m. Central European, that's 2 p.m. for the UK, that's I think 7-hour difference for the US. Or of course you can watch the VODs on demand. There's a very nice playlist on the channel which has all the episodes we've done so far, and of course if you did indeed like the stream, you can show that to me by hitting the button that has the exact same name as the feeling you had towards the stream, which is the like button. And of course, if you disliked the video, probably after this very obnoxious subscription of the like button, you could press it as well. It's cool. It really is. I just want feedback. Feedback is always very appreciated. So, make sure you leave your feedback in whatever way possible. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.